Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and welcome to my channel. My name's Tony. So in this video, I'm going to try something out that we've been hearing about on the internet, and I don't know if it'll work, but the thing seems to, I've been hearing on the internet that you can use like a Mr. Clean eraser or like a magic eraser or one of these multi-purpose erasers to remove algae from your swimming pool. So what you're supposed to do is put it in the skimmer, and it's supposed to filter all the algae that's floating around in your pool through this and make your pool crystal clear, I guess. So you know what? I'm going to try it out to see if it really works. So right now my pool is a little cloudy, so I'm going to put the eraser into the skimmer to see how well it does filter out the algae that's floating around in the pool. It's the algae that's floating around in the water that makes it cloudy like this. So supposedly this will make it so that it's crystal clear. So I'm going to try it out and we'll see if it really works. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your new multi-eraser sponge and place it in the skimmer. Leave the basket in there because these don't have any rigidity to them. So if you take the basket out and you put it right on the hole, it's going to fold and it's going to suck it right in, and that's no good. So this starts to crumble, the basket will catch it, and I'm going to place this in here and we'll check on it and see what happens. Okay, so it's been exactly 12 hours since I've had the cleaning sponge in the skimmer. So the water has seemed to get a little bit clearer, but it's not exactly crystal clear yet. Let's go check on the sponge in the skimmer and see what it looks like. Here's the sponge after 12 hours in the skimmer, and it is pretty darn green. So it is catching something. So I'm going to let this sit, and it'll come back in 12 more hours. So that will have been a 24-hour period that this has been in the skimmer. Alright, so I checked the pool at like 24 hours, and it's still a little bit cloudy. So what I'm going to do is let's go check the skimmer. We'll see what the sponge looks like. So here is the sponge in the skimmer. So it definitely trapped some algae. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like another new sponge into the skimmer and see how that works. But right now the pool looks like this. It's a little bit clearer, but it still has a little bit of cloudiness to it. So we'll see if adding another sponge in helps to clear the rest of it up. Alright, so I'm going to add this into the skimmer and we'll see what happens. Alright, so here it is, another 12 hours later. I put the second sponge in, and let's take a look at it. So the pool water did get a lot more clearer with swapping the sponge out, and keep in mind these aren't Mr. Clean sponges, they're generic sponges. So the branded product may work better. You could try that out. But here is what the second sponge looked like. And that was the first one. This one's been out overnight, so it's kind of gross. So it did get some more algae out of the pool. But I don't know, most of the filtering could have been through the filter. So I don't know if it was the cause of the pool clearing up or not. It didn't bypass the filter, so the pool water did go through the filter, and you know, a lot of algae did get trapped up in these sponges. This was the first one, this was the second one. So last night I got a original Mr. Clean sponge, and I put that into the pool filter and I let that run for about 12 hours. And the Mr. Clean sponge compared to the generic sponges seemed to have cleared the water up a lot better. I ran the other ones for a total of like 36 hours, and I put a new one in. I ran that for another 12 that you saw in the video. So I went back to the store and I'm like, you know what, let's try an original Mr. Clean sponge. Tossed that in and ran it for 12 hours, and a lot of the cloudiness is out of the pool. I gotta say, it seemed to have done a better job than the generic ones. So they may be like a different material that it's made out of, or there might be that one other ingredient that aren't in the other ones that does take the cloudiness out better. So I'll go show you what the other one looks like, the Mr. Clean one. So here's the Mr. Clean sponge. And compared to the other 3, this is the first one I put in. I was in there for like 36 hours. It's disgusting. And this one was in there for about 12 hours. Here's the Mr. Clean sponge. And this one was in the skimmer for about 12 hours. And it did take a lot more cloudiness out of the pool. And with all these tests done, I did have the water going through the filter. But the algae seemed to be so fine and it didn't seem to come out in the filter, which it usually doesn't. Sometimes you have to kill it, but the water is way more clear than it was. So if you're gonna try this out, I would say to use an original Mr. Clean sponge, and don't go for the generic one because it should work a lot better from what I've seen for you. So my conclusion to all this is it should definitely help to clear up a cloudy pool. Whether it cleared it up 100%, I can't actually say because you'd have to bypass the filter and just run everything through the Mr. Clean sponge, whatever sponge you try to use to make that happen. But yeah, it did help. It definitely did help. And you know, try it out, experiment for yourself. And if you find that it helped you out, comment on the channel. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.